Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got a good video for you today. We're going to be talking about what to invest in before the coronavirus ends and why. Because trust me, there is money to be made. Cue the intro. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Here is my presentation delivered by that beautiful PowerPoint. What to invest in before COVID ends and why. This is 5 companies, by the way. Company number 1, Delta Airlines, industry, air travel, and cargo. Remember that almost every airline is not just an airline, but is focused on cargo, shipping, getting things across oceans. Their average loss of market cap, 61%, meaning the company has theoretically lost 61% of its value, losing an average share price of $36. Basically, why you should invest in this is because they are too big to fail. Airlines and freighters are the 2 most important pieces of infrastructure that any true exporting and importing country can have. Which is why, even though it wasn't backed by popular demand, the backing of the government was necessary. They needed the money because these pieces of infrastructure are crucial not only to imports and exports into global commerce, but to ourselves. Imagine a world without airlines. You want to travel on a boat for 30 days across the ocean? That's ridiculous. You've got an aircraft that can take you across oceans in hours, rather days. And on top of that, travel would be so much harder and would be restricted to roadways. Airlines are essential in so many ways that every single person who says that a buyout of the airlines, that assisting our American airlines is not worth it, is an idiot. And you can back that by my name. And that's also why you should invest in them, because usage of aircraft will continue. It's essential to companies. The amount of value that it brings is tenfold the industry size of about $100 billion. That's about when, our markets were doing well, how much the airline industry is combined. So the air travel industry is worth about $100 billion. And we use the airline industry to create probably tenfold, probably even more than that, worth of value off of those aircraft. And on top of that personal value, we get to experience and travel the world, which is very important. And that is also why you should invest in them, because like I was saying, air consumption of air travel, consumption of slots for cargo will continue. Okay? This little dip that we're seeing, it is not forever, and it will recover, which is why investing in airlines right now is guaranteed profit. But I also specifically cite Delta because it is one of the main airlines. Before coronavirus hit, it was America's #1 airline, connecting the globe, which is why it is so essential. It has hands in almost every country, which is why it is the best airline for an American to invest in. So that is company number 1, invest in Delta. Now for company number 2, Spirit Airways. Affordable air travel is an industry in its own right, backed by 2 main companies right now, Spirit and Allegiant. Allegiant is much smaller than Spirit, which is why as Spirit grows and becomes more and more like what we would have considered Southwest to have been in its early days, as Spirit grows and its network expands, it is becoming a much more valuable company. Right now, it's worth less than $1 billion, but in the future, it will go back up. After all, affordable air travel connects every human and makes it possible for every American to experience and utilize the glories of aircraft. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing for America. They're down 71% off of their market cap before Corona began. So they're worth theoretically 71% less than they were before the coronavirus began. Share price, average loss, $32. That is insane. That's massive loss. But that's also massive gains for investors who invest when the time is right. And the time is right now. As long as these airlines don't fail, and they won't fail because any airline that gets big enough to where it's in national airports that we know and love will survive. They become too big to fail because they are so essential. And especially when the airline industry is so consolidated, meaning there are so little airlines, so little diversity, that the airlines that do exist and have prospered, they're going to succeed, which is why Spirit is a definite airline to invest in right now. Now, company number 3, Planet Fitness. I'm excited to talk about this. It is essential to invest in Planet Fitness, and here is why. Its industry, of course, fitness. Average loss of market cap, 30%. It's already gaining from where it was so hardly hit when COVID began because it had to close all of its locations. Okay, it's already gaining from its average loss of market cap of 30% at the current moment. And on average, it has lost $26 per share. This is guaranteed profit, and you want to know why? Because right after COVID ends, everybody's going to be like, oh my God, I have gained so much weight. I'm a fat lard. I need a gym, and I need it now. And who is the big boy that's knocking on everybody's doors telling them, hey, cheap memberships, come to our gym? Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness has its hands in almost every major city in America, and that is why you should invest. And not even in almost every major city. In almost every city where there is a large population, relatively large, 100,000 or more, you're going to find a Planet Fitness. They want you to get fit. They need you to get fit. And they will have people who are going to buy all their memberships. There will be a membership spike. There will be a fitness bubble because of the fact that people are getting fat right now. They're stuck in their homes. Half of them aren't exercising. I just saw someone go by walking a trail. But I can tell you, that is not the norm. Many people are staying indoors. All my friends have been indoors, and my friends are gaining weight. They're talking about it. They're posting about it. And I am not alone. You are not alone. People are going to buy memberships. But on top of that, on top of that, you're going to want to sell. Sell within the first 3 months that you see significant gains off of Planet Fitness, because people are going to join gyms and then they're going to realize that they can't achieve what they thought they could, and there will be a drop off of memberships. This is just human nature. They're going to realize that working out is harder than they thought it would be, and then they're going to drop off. And Planet Fitness is going to go back down to around its average, which was around, $86. So it's definite gains here, which is why it's definitely a good idea to invest in Planet Fitness. And if you look on Webull, which is the software that I'm pulling all of these charts off of, you're going to notice that the MACDs, which are actually at the bottom of these charts, the MACDs, and let me highlight this. You're going to realize that this MACD, see this yellow right here, is almost always above the signal on Planet Fitness. We had a couple of hours where it wasn't, but it usually is above the signal, which means people are realizing what I'm realizing. It's time to buy fitness. Get involved, make that bread, secure the bag. Y'all can do it. Company number 4, Disney. Oh my gosh. This should be so obvious to everyone. Disney has just closed its parks, meaning they have elongated the time that you have to invest, because they are definitely going to lose some money on this one, but they're also going to save some significant money. So I would say around where it is right now is where it's going to hold for a while, around $100 to $120. Currently, it's down 25%. It was down much more earlier in the month. it was down much more. But it's going up because, people love Disney. I love Disney. They're going to invest in Disney. It's down 25% off of its average market cap. On top of that, its average share loss is sitting at around $40, which is insane. I mean, I know that my sister, when she was growing up, literally, my parents bought her shares. Like, sometimes they do. Sometimes parents do. Shares of Disney. And we've been holding that for a while because everybody knows that Disney is a successful company. And right now is a fire sale. Buy Disney. Get Disney because it will go back up, because America loves, not even America, the world loves Disney, and it is too big to fail. That word that is so essential right now, and that is a springboard into our next company. Boeing, a company that is too diversified and has way too many permanent government contracts to fail. Literally, as soon as airlines start picking up, Boeing is going to follow because it has contracts with companies to build aircraft that are withstanding, that hold right now. Those aircraft will get built. Okay, Spirit, not related to Spirit Airlines, one of the companies that creates the fuselages for the aircraft, they're not going to be on hold forever, okay? They're going to start manufacturing as soon as they know that they can get the proper raw materials to build the products that they promised Boeing they could build. And their supply chains were severely hurt by people not being able to go to work from COVID. Okay, Boeing is a successful company. There were talks of it going bankrupt, and I honestly thought it was going to happen. But then I woke up to the smell of the coffee and realized when they said that they weren't going to take a government bailout, they knew that the money that was coming in from government contracts around the world, not just in America, was enough to support their company. And as soon as supply chains were back, Boeing would be successful, and they will be successful, even though people are scared of their stupid 737 MAX, which honestly, with only 2 total losses, that's really not that bad if you look in the history of aviation. It is kind of crappy that it happened so consecutively, but 2 crashes of their Boeing 737 MAX, I'm still going to fly in the Boeing 737 MAX. It's a good aircraft, and it's done marvelous. I mean, the 737 program alone has done marvels for the airline industry. So I'm going to fly. I am totally confident in Boeing systems. So they will come back, which is why right now is a prime time to invest. Look at these MACDs. These MACDs literally are saying everyone is seeing what I am saying. It's time to invest in these companies because they are too big to fail in America. They will not fail. And you will make money. This is guaranteed profit. And as we close this video, I have to say the following, of course. No, I have no financial background. I'm just using common sense. So literally, this is not true financial advice. And that should protect me from the lawyers. So if you have any problems, please message me in the comments below. I'd love to talk it out. Thank you for tuning in, and this is Kid with a Phone. Hey guys, one more thing I really want to point out here with Disney and why it is so important to invest in them right now. It is because by closing their parks, Disney is creating artificial demand. It's obvious human nature. As soon as someone takes away something, especially in this age of instant gratification that we love, we're going to crave it more and more the longer we're held away from it. Okay? It's like if they were to extend Apple iPhone releases 2 or 3 years longer than they usually do. Well, then we're going to be way more involved in the next iPhone release because they took it away and we want the newest one because our current ones are getting old. Well, they took away Disney parks. So we're going to want them a lot more than we ever did before if they close them for as long as they think they're going to, which is around 1 to 2 full years, closing their entire parks, their global parks, meaning that we are going to be on the ball as soon as they open up parks. which is why it is so crucial to invest in them, because this is guaranteed gains, boys. But this may be a little bit more long term than most people want. So, if you're willing to stick in for the ride, invest in Disney. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. One other thing, please leave comments if there's anything that you've been investing in that I missed on this list that you think is pertinent. I would love to hear them down below. On top of that, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell to Kid with a Phone. It's a new channel, and we're going to do some awesome things. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.